Hi, this is our third and last lecture of our mini course. This is basic. And in this time we speak about dogs' natural needs. First of all, I want to say that calm environment have to have your dog at home and outside. It means not scolding your dog. Of course, never hitting, please, never. Not yelling, not raising your voice unnecessary. Most often people scold dogs for normal behavior, something like picking up food, begging, peeing in the wrong place, but it is a natural needs. Your job is to teaching the dog how to do things properly. Scolding can damage your relationship with your dog and also due to some mental health. Walks and toileting. Every dog, regardless of size or breeds, have to go outside every day. Dogs don't go outside just for pee and pooping. No, walking it's also important for them, like just for exploring the world, sniffing, to check some other dogs, and it's really important in their life process. Even if you have yard and your dog whole day spent outside on this yard, it's not enough. You have to go outside of your yard in new places where dog can find new smells, because new information it's really important part of life of your dog, and also it's really important for their brain. Let's talk about toileting. A dog's bladder fill up in 6-8 hours during the day, so after this time they need to pee. Of course, sure, a lot of people say that my dog can stay at home without toileting 12 hours without any problems. Yes, of course they can do it, but it's not really healthy, and also it can be painful for dog. Dogs don't show you this pain. Try to walk with your dog at least 3 times per day, but it's difficult for you. Of course, I understand that some people go to work and can't spend a lot of time with their dogs during the day. You can use pee pad. It is also really good point for your dog. At night, this process slow down and your dog can wait in up to 12 hours without problems. Environment enrichment. This is about taking care of dog's brain. As dog age, they can develop canine cognitive dysfunction, similar like dementia for people. What we have to do to avoid it? The easiest way is let your dog sniff everything on the walking, because during this process dog have a lot of new information. It helps to brain will be in a good condition. During the walking you can change the surfaces, for example sand or stones. Also you can add in your routine sniff mats, licky mats, special toys that helps dogs develop his brain, and offer different food with different tastes. And I can suggest you one really easy game that's help to your dog. When you back to home after shopping, you can put your package on the floor and give your dog to sniff everything, and it's so interesting for them. It's really so many new interesting information. Of course you don't understand it, but trust me, your dog will be so happy about this. Chewing needs. Dog was born with needs of chewing, and you should let them do it, but safely. Please avoid hard bones, hollow bones, deer antlers, stick from outside. And I can suggest you safe alternative. It is silicone sheath toys and natural tenders of cartilage, softer than bone. Sleep. We already speak with you about beds for dogs, but now we have to speak about the process. The most important point that your dog have to sleep at least 12 hours per day. During the sleeping, please avoid waking your dog unnecessarily. Sleep is really important for mental health. Even if you're hiking or all day outside, please give your dog enough sleeping. And if your dog can't relaxing, for example outside, you have to teach them to do it. wakes up from every noise, whole day following you, these signs to something can be wrong. Consider that at your home the dog can feel relaxing. Consider that you don't touch your dog like every time. Consider that you give your dog enough quiet time. Also, I know that a lot of owners think that when dog, for example, barking during the sleeping or running during the sleeping, they thinking the dog in this moment have nightmare, but it's just REM sleep. So please don't touch and don't wake up your dog at this moment, because in this phase the sleeping going the most recovering process. Fear and stress. Let's start with how to help your dog if they are afraid of things. Vacuum cleaner, noise, suddenly moments or something else. The common advice, just let them used to this process. Of course working, but it's not always working. You have to notice how straight this fear is. Of course, if this fear not so strong and not so much stress bringing, it's okay and your dog can used to this process. But if you see that it's really stressful process, and also if you see that your dog, for example, even can pee on this process, please going to behavior specialist to solve this problem, because life with stress and fear is not normal life. Adapting to procedures. We make our dogs through a lot. Nail trimmings, toothbrushing, paws washing, baths, and a lot of other things during their life. And please, adapting them to these procedures. Dogs aren't born with knowing how handle this. So teach every procedure step by step. I can give you example with car training. If your dog never was in car, don't go with them in riding 2 hours without any preparation. You have to start with first steps. Sitting in the car with your dog in 2 minutes, pricing and leave. Repeat it some times when you understand that your dog don't feeling stress. Sitting longer, make a short drive, just 2 minutes, and gradually increase the time. All new experience have to introduce in your life in small steps. The smaller steps is better. And if you see that on next step your dog feel fear or stressing, please back on previous step and repeat before your dog have any stress, any fear on this step. Grooming. If your dog need regular grooming and you go to salon, I give you some red flags of the bad salons. Ultrasound teeth cleaning without anesthesia. It's painful and not safety. Anal gland expression. Only vet have to do it. No adaptation period offered. Of course, not all dogs need adaptation period, but if your dog needs adaptation period, you have to have opportunity to make it. Too many dogs groomed at one moment and one small room. It can be too loud, it can be too crowded and so stressful for your dog. Slippery table. It's unsafe. Groomers mocking scary dogs and making jokes about this, make some reels, TikToks. You can see a lot of different small videos in social media when groomers feel fun when dogs scaring. It's not nice. Please don't choose this salon. I know that sometimes it's difficult to find really good grooming salon and easier to go at big salon and don't thinking about this, but please better spend a lot of time and find you a really nice salon. Maybe it can be any small place, maybe it can be even one groomer place, but you will know and you will be sure your dog will be without stress and fear in this process. Rituals. Rituals are sequence of actions that always happen in the same way. Rituals are really good things for dogs who has anxiety. Of course, it's really good for all dogs, but for dogs with anxiety, you have to do it 100%. I'm sure that you already have rituals, but you don't think in this way. But For example, after work, you back to home, washing paws, feeding. So these three actions, it's already some rituals. The rituals makes your dogs feel safe. You can make rituals shorter or longer. You can combine it. It makes life easier and more secure for your dog. Dominance theory. I have to say about this. I know that a lot of people still trust it, but you have to know that even the author of this theory already debunked of it. You can check it up. Please forget about this, it doesn't work. Your relationship with your dog have to be something like partnership. You are caregiver or a trusted guide. Some people say that their relationship with dog is something like parents-child relationship. It's valid too. So care of your dog, build relationship, give and take. Yelling, hitting, domination, psychological pressure, it doesn't work. Forget about this, please. And I'm sure your dog will be really happy dog. Only trust professional who use force-free, non-violent methods. Be kind to your dog, love them, and they'll love back. Thank you for watching this mini course. I hope it was helpful for you. Wishing you all the best.